Let me share my entire Rolex watch collection with you with their ranking, including the watch that you have never seen before. As always, I'll include their price details. Don't forget to leave me a comment to let me know your favorite Rolex watch. Since we are doing this by ranking, I want to start with my most favorite Rolex watch. And it's a little bit difficult for me to pick between the sports style and the classic style. You may or may have not guessed that the number one Rolex watch in my heart is my Datejust 36 in the diamond bezel, rose gold two-tone mother of pearl dial and jubilee bracelet. This one is not just any Datejust. If you watched my Rolex watch model video where I explained how to differentiate different models, you might know that the mother of pearl dial is a little bit more expensive than any other dial. What's special about this mother of pearl dial is that there's no any other mother of pearl in the world is exactly the same. Even the other person get the same watch as you, the dial doesn't look exactly the same, not identical. This is something definitely makes me really special. You probably remember that I bought my mom a Datejust 31 in the fluted bezel and a pink dial before. She has been really enjoying her Rolex 31 and that is a really nice watch, and I would rank my Datejust 36 higher than her Datejust 31, not so much because of the size per se, but more so because one of the mother of pearl dial that I mentioned to you. Other reason is because this one has a diamond bezel. It's just more prettier. The other reason is that this watch is associated with a milestone that I wanted to achieve many years ago when I just started my job, and it was a gift I bought for myself when I did it last year. I was really happy and excited about it, and I unboxed this watch with you guys. Every time I wear and look at this watch, I look back the past decade of my life. I think it's pretty cool that I did it. Although this one doesn't have really good resale value compared to the other sports ones, which I'm about to show you in a bit, I still feel this is a number one in my heart just based on how much I wear it, how pretty it is, simple, classic. The fact that I will be able to enjoy this piece for the rest of my life, and it is absolutely the number one in my heart. This one is also easier to get than my other watches because you just need to wait for it and you don't have to play the game to pre-spend so much money on this. I checked my receipt when I bought this watch last year. It was $21,600 plus tax. It was $23,463.25. Since the last price increase, this one is currently retail for $22,600 pre-tax. So it's $1,000 more expensive than last year. So my theory is if you love this watch, might just go for it, buy it early and enjoy it early. The next one I want to show you is my Rolex GMT Master 2 in the Oyster and Ever Rose Gold two-tone 40mm bi-directional rotatable 24-hour display bezel with the Oyster bracelet, aka Rubier. It also has a date display at the 3 o'clock. It's the professional watch designed for people who love travel since it can track multiple time zones. If you watch the other videos on my channel, you know my love toward the GMT, and I love the sporty look and the color scheme of these rose gold and black color. It's just a perfect combo in my opinion. This one is so special to me, not only because it was a birthday gift, my first Rolex ever, and also it was because I mentioned in my other video that my friends helped. I was able to get this watch from the boutique directly without any pre-spend. As some of you may know that this one is actually not that easy to get. And I still remember the day that I picked up this watch. I was already in my 3rd trimester. My belly was huge and I went to pick up this watch. I was super happy about this. This one is definitely more difficult to get than my Datejust, but considering that it's a professional watch, it's not as difficult as to get compared to my other GMT models, which I'll show you in a bit. Besides my Datejust, this is my second most worn Rolex in my collection. As you can see, this hairline scratches on the bracelet, so that you know how often I have been wearing this watch. When I got mine a couple of years ago, the price was cheaper than these days. You can find that video in my Rolex playlist on my YouTube channel. Currently, this watch is retail for $16,150. The exact same watch is also available in the whole rose gold for $40,600. So you can kind of tell why the oyster steel or the two-tone are harder to get than the whole rose gold, because the price point is just simply higher. The next one is my same GMT Master 2 with the same bi-directional 24-hour display bezel, oyster steel in the 40mm size with the Jubilee bracelet, aka Pepsi, which I unboxed it with you recently. The reason why it's called Pepsi is because of the fun red and blue combo of the bezel. It just looks like a Pepsi. The Pepsi also comes in the oyster bracelet, which I'm super happy to get it in the Jubilee bracelet if you know my personal preference. I got this watch for Mother's Day this year, and I love the watch a lot, and I have been wearing it frequently ever since I got it. It just reminded me a lot of times that it's super awesome to be a mom. Because this watch is fairly new, I don't have it as long as my Rubier, so I rank it lower than my Rubier, but I do really enjoy this watch. It's really a fun color combo. Essentially, it's the same function as my Rubier, other than the color scheme is different. Also different bracelet. The good news is that oyster steel is always more affordable than the two-tone. The bad news is that the oyster steel is much more harder to get than the two-tone. You will have to play the Rolex game in order to get it. The Pepsi in Jubilee bracelet is currently retail for $10,900. The next one is my GMT Master 2 with the same bi-directional rotatable 24-hour display bezel. It's in the 40mm size with the Jubilee bracelet, aka Batgirl. If it has the oyster bracelet, it'll call it Batman. Now you know how much I love the GMT model compared to other styles. I have 3 of them in my collection, all in the GMT Master 2 style. It's such a cool watch, and it's also in the Jubilee bracelet, which I'm really happy about too. I don't wear it as much as my Rubier, but I still wear it quite often, especially for the outfits that goes well with the blue color. It was originally bought for hubby, and he has other watches he likes to wear, so I actually wear this one more often than he does, because I have multiple GMT now. Sometimes we also wear different GMT together as a couple watch, which is really fun, and I think we are the couple that truly max out the value of all these watches. Batgirl is actually exact same price as Pepsi in the same Jubilee bracelet. It's currently retail for $10,900. You may have guessed that since it's an oyster steel and a professional watch, it is in high demand and really difficult to get. The next one is the Oyster Perpetual Yacht Master in the 40mm size and oyster steel and the platinum with the oyster bracelet. You probably have never seen this watch before because I never unboxed it with you before, and it's because hubby bought this watch many years ago. He doesn't wear it as much these days, so I wear it from time to time since his wrist is slightly bigger than mine. Yacht Master is a watch for the open seas. It's for the sailor. If you watched my Rolex watch model video, it has the 60 minutes graduated bi-directional rotatable bezel. It comes in different size, and this one is the 40mm. Compared to my other GMT watches, you can see It's thinner. It also does feel it's slightly lightweight than my GMT Master. The Yacht Master is currently retail for $12,300. I really like the blue dial and it looks really cool, and it's also a change of style compared to my GMT Master 2. The next one is the Datejust 41 with the smooth bezel Jubilee bracelet in the blue sunray finish style, which I unboxed with you 2 years ago. I originally bought this watch for hubby since this is the watch that President Joe Biden was wearing and he was eyeing this watch. This one doesn't require any extra spending and we just needed to wait for a bit for this one. So I still think this one is a really classic style with the smooth bezel. If you don't like the professional watches flaunting in front of people's face and too flashy, this is a great alternative. I do wear this watch from time to time, probably not as much as my other ones, as I do feel all my other watches are more prettier. For example, comparing the Batgirl in a very similar color tone, right? This Batgirl looks much more sophisticated than the Datejust, but I guess depends on what look that you're going for. And it's currently retail for $8,300. Which one is your favorite Rolex watch, or what's on your Rolex wish list? Leave me a comment and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!